Hey guys, welcome back. I'm a little nervous to get back into this. It's about 24 hours. I did that last run, and I find with this game, if you're not paying attention, then you can forget things that you should remember from the previous run, etc. So playing as close to the same time is usually best. One continuous run is ideal, which is why I think I got as far as I did yesterday. But yeah, right now I think I'm just going to do the one session. I've got a couple hours before I'm going to go to bed, and hopefully, I mean, right now it's pretty intense. We nearly died. Nearly died really badly, actually, and well, we didn't die. So now I just got to use the forge effectively, and I have to figure out what kind of resources I have available here. One thing I'm concerned about is the amount of scrap metal I can find here, the amount of coal I have, and how much wood I have. At least, I'm not super concerned about it, but those are going to be the major resources I have to keep in mind. So yeah, it looks like, oh wow.
Okay. Use this.
Didn't notice that last night. That's actually going to be pretty great. Oh, never mind. It's 99% wet, so I forget how that works, but it's likely that those stats will change once I dry it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop it by the fire. I think that counts. Maybe up on here, so it's not actually in the snow. I don't know if that changes anything. Can I rest it on here? I think just as long as it's near the heater. I mean, it would have been probably fine on there. But okay, yeah, so we got a bunch of coal. We should be fine for coal, it looks like. Some matches. I just recalled that I haven't been checking these benches for hooks. Yeah, we've got at least 5 or 6 coal here. Oops. Fire starter stuff. Oh yeah, we're fine for coal. Maybe that's why I'm so encumbered. Okay. Scrap metal is good. I think I need 5 for the hatchet and 3 for the knife. I mentioned earlier, I said, I sort of misspoke. I said that you can't get the hatchet or the knife in Interloper, but what I meant by that is that you can't, it doesn't randomly spawn in. Hey, finally, I can use that pry bar. Ah, of course. Some of the book. I might put some gut here. That would be nice.
So hungry.
No, just metal. Okay. Which is also handy. Yeah, so I need 5. Yeah, so sorry, I'm not sure if I finished that train of thought, but you can't. Normally they just don't spawn in. The knife and the hatchet, but you can craft them. Now that I have a hacksaw, I can cut down. Ooh, I can cut down that shelf there for some more metal. Let's see how much exactly. Yeah, 4. So I should be good. I'll have 8 for those, and then I've got a few more for arrowheads, which is another thing you can craft. Dog food. I'm pretty sure there's a safe behind here too.
Pee doesn't seem so crazy right now.
Guy who drank his own pee. That's funny. Okay. Let's drink up because we're parched. Now I'm gonna be here for a couple days. Let's see. Are we on? Oh, not even on day 7. I was gonna say we've done 7 sessions. It's day 7, but we're not even there. Man, I've been running around like crazy. Yeah. Some pretty good condition ranges there. Hopefully we'll get that back up. I think I have to break one of these crates to access the safe. So I'm going to do that, which will help me get some firewood as well. And here we are. Wish me luck. Nope. 13. Yeah, so Ah! Of course, as soon as I start talking, I messed up. 1327. What was I gonna say? This is a big deal. We got to 28. Yeah, we've got the metal, we've got the coal. Ooh, 36. Nice. I'm good to make some tools, and then I can start. Hey, more clothing. It's always good. I really start getting on top of this game. Not really being subject to all of the whims of the wild. I can start fighting back. So hopefully weather is alright and I can... Actually, it doesn't really matter too much. Once I get the forge going, I'll actually have quite a bit of heat in here. So I can pretty much do whatever I want. Like in terms of the weather. I don't have to be worried about the weather. So I'm going to continue to break these things down. I think even though I have a bunch of energy, like, 30%, I think what I want to do is be forging after I rest. So I get a full day of that. Full day of it. Because you have to be crafting for an extended period of time. Ooh, that could be a problem though. Feels like one. So if it does get a little cold, that could be an issue. If it gets a bit colder, you'd be in for cold night, which is no good. Oh, I forgot to check this too. I think when you go into the water, obviously everything gets wet, but it actually doesn't look so bad. I was worried that all my gear would be wet and like destroyed. I think you can also lose items when you fall into the water, but I don't think I did, as far as I can tell. Get my magnifying glass. Yeah, so not so bad. Okay, so plan is to use the forge. I can saw down that another one? Oh, weird. I can saw down that shelf, which will get me to the amount of metal I need. Oops. That's gonna take an hour, so let's see if I get cold. Oh boy, yep. So, it was a little risky. It's getting colder even. So, yeah, now we're at the point where it's -4 up here. Yeah, it's an issue. Okay, and yeah. Oh, it feels like -1 up here, never mind. So what I can do is I can get that forge going, and I can sleep with it on just to be extra safe. Because I do have quite a bit of extra reclaimed wood and what's it called? Coal. And what I'd end up doing is, yeah, get that fire going for like the 8 hours that I sleep, and then as soon as I wake up, throw the coal in, start forging. Because I have a cloth, I've got the metal, I've got the heavy hammer, I can do that. I can cook up some water and some stuff while I'm here too, even though I'm pretty good for that. So the thing is, I want to get rid of as much of this extra wood that I have. Let's see, I'm pretty cold, so I don't want to do that. I think I might be able to do this sort of thing where if I'm up here, I can get this one. It only takes 14 minutes. But even at 14 minutes, yeah. Getting quite cold. I can't really repair my gear because it's dark. And I'm a little bit hesitant to risk it jumping into bed because I do have the same thing as when I was, what's it called? When I was just outside of the winding river, in that cave. When I was sleeping outside, I was a little bit concerned that if it gets too cold, then, you know what, let's see. I'm going to check outside and see how cold it actually is in the wind and everything. If you get killed by a wolf. Oh, it's not even that bad. So it's actually -4 out here. So it could get quite a bit colder, is my concern. So if it drops down to like -20, then this bed warmth bonus is going to do nothing, and because I'm sleeping, I'll just contract hypothermia in my sleep and basically die.
My head feels thick.
So I gotta be careful here, and I know it seems like I'm kind of lollygagging, but there's not, time doesn't pass so fast when you're awake. So I have to really consider the options here. I'm also not super tired, so I probably only sleep 8 to 9 hours at maximum. The other thing is you want to sleep in as many consecutive hours as you can, because when you do that, you actually gain more condition back. So that's pretty important. Because I do have lowish condition. You know what? Weather seems to be alright. I'm gonna risk it. Oh god. Every time I say it out loud, I'm like, yeah, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay. No, I'm gonna follow my idea. I know it seems a little silly, but I'm going to start the fire up. And we're going to begin with... I'm gonna be lazy here. We're gonna begin with
things up.
a lot of firewood. And at the very least, I've got 8 hours there where I will have the heat keep me going in the night, just in case it drops down super low. I can eat up some food here. Quite a bit of food. And I'm actually kind of being indulgent here. But I'm going to head back to the idea is I'm going to head back to the camp office after this, so I should be okay for they're at near the camp office. I have a couple huts that I can check out, which might land me some more food, and I can also find rabbits around that area and whatnot, so I should be okay. And ideally, if this goes well, soon I'll be finding the things for a bow, and so then I can start working on getting venison and whatnot. Or alternatively, I could go out and fight wolves, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So yeah, I think we're going to rest here. I did waste a little time there talking, so I'm going to add a little bit more fuel, just so I can sleep 8 hours, safe and sound. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do 8 hours. And then we'll still have quite a bit of daylight. Get that condition back. I probably should have done more. I probably should have done maybe 9 or 10. But I don't think I'm that tired. Oh, I was. Okay. That's alright. Things are good. Oh, bright day in the Forlorn Muskeg. 42 degrees. It's a balmy 42 over here. So that means you have to get the forge up to a certain temperature so that you can actually use the forge. So now that I've got the fuel in, or sorry, the coal in, I should be able to get it to. Oh, it's 150. Shit, that's quite high.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
So pick up my metal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I think I got 4 more. So I have 11. I have 11. Good. Okay. So now I want to do this as ideally as possible.
Better find some water.
Involving using this fire as well, because it's still a fire. It's a forge. So I can cook up more water if I want to. And while it doesn't look like I need it, oops, it's always handy to have access to more water. So I might as well drop my kettle or my pot off here and cook up some water. I mean, I could prepare tea. Maybe that's a better idea. Ah, forget it. I'll just throw it on. Okay, so get that coal. So I got 1 run at this. That's what it comes down to. So now that I've added the coal, I think I have to use 3 or 4 more pieces. No, not so many. 1 or 2. You can see the heat going up there. Hey, never mind. I'm good. I'm set. got to 150 and then some. Perfect. Okay, well I'm gonna add an extra one just in case. I don't think it goes down actually, so it's kind of a waste, but gives me more time. So I've got 8 hours to work with here. So now I'm totally warm. I've got food in my belly. I'm pretty sure you don't need to have that to make the things, but here we go. So we start with the knife. So I'm going to begin crafting.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
And I'm gonna do this. Oh god, I may have just fucked that up hard. I wanted to get the water, but I thought you can make progress towards the crafting, so oops, I just wasted some time. Fuck. Okay. Never mind, my bad, and I didn't waste materials at least. Okay, so one thing you can do, yikes, that was a mistake. One thing you can do with crafting, gear is, wow, that was stupid. Pretty greedy. Forget the water. Not important. Yeah, one thing you can do with the crafting of gear is you can do it in like 1 hour bursts because it takes quite a while. But I got myself a knife, so there we go. First thing down. As you can see, it takes nearly a whole day to do this sort of thing. And maybe my timing wasn't super great. Yeah, that'll be alright. So all I have to do now is add a bit more fuel, a bit more of this flame wood. Now I don't really need to heat it up more. I just need to add more duration. So let's build this hatchet. You get quite thirsty in 4 hours. Okay, sweet. This is perfect actually. I have like I think 11 metal is like the exact amount you want, so that you can make 6 arrows. I only have so much energy for this sort of thing. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna have 6 arrowheads. Pretty sure I found birches way back when. And
I need to drop something.
let's see. 2 more hours. Interesting. So there we are. The crafting is complete. I have a hatchet, improvised hatchet. I've got hooks, I forgot about that. A knife. And I didn't even have to break down my tools, which I think are required. I think tools are required to make something. I'm not sure if it's the, oh yeah. Heavy hammer. I thought tools were required for one of these things. So you can see the hunting knife is required for, or the hatchet. I guess I could have just made one of the two. Maybe that's a newbie thing that I did. I mean, the knife and the hatchet are useful for different things for sure, but so visibility is still terrible, and it's nighttime, so I don't really want to head back tonight. What I think I'll do is, again, I have a decent amount of food. I'll probably head back in the morning and not do a full night's sleep again, although I really want to be doing that as much as I can. Hey. But yeah, we've got our tools now, so we are set. I know it doesn't look like there's a lot of prep there, or maybe it does. Anyways, once you're in a good position, it's not super difficult to do, but it's really important that I did that, because now I am on tier 2 basically, or I completed tier 1. Yeah. So same thing. Let's see what this park is like. What? Oh, okay. 1.5.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
So it is a little bit worse than the... Yeah, actually in everything it's worse. It's a little lighter. Oh, no, it's actually heavier even. Not super good. However, you know, if I get attacked by a wolf and they destroy my ski jacket, having a parka is gonna be a nice backup, even though it is 1.2 kilograms. So, with these new tools also, I'm gonna have a bit more encumbrance on me regularly. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff over here. Oh god. Nope, not worth it. Having zero visibility and wolf howls and the like. Nope. Okay. So what I could do is I don't really need coal anymore, at least for a while. To try and do something again, or do sorry. This is efficient. So I break down stuff and throw it in the forge. Okay. Again, I'm just doing this so that I have a guarantee that my temperature doesn't drop. I'm playing it extra safe. It's not like ideally I want to have extra reclaimed wood and more coal and all this stuff because it's quite useful.
Heavy.
But again, it's also heavy, so hopefully when I get back to ooh, I don't want to forget that. The hot pot. When I get back to Mystery Lake, I'll be able to break down some wood for cooking and whatnot. I still
Might
have
have to drop some gear.
1,500 calories worth of cattails, so I'm good for a couple days. Although that's today and tomorrow. So I've got a bunch of water. I still think I have some water at the, or I think I still have some water at the other place, at the camp office. So I don't think I'm going to use the tea. I think we're okay. Yeah. So I'm going to just sleep the 6 hours. Hopefully, knock on wood, it's not super blizzardy out tomorrow. But we'll see. Oh, come on. Really hoping it's not blizzardy. Oh, great. Great. Perfect. Okay, I think the trail boots, I'm not sure if they end up being better than these work boots, but I don't think it's the case. 1.8.
They could eat anything.
And they're 60%, they're 0.6. Okay, so the difference is they have way more water resistance, which can be pretty good, and they don't destroy your ooh, I like these actually. If I'm less worried about temperature, they're quite good. They don't take away as much sprint. These are heavy. Oh, that's a tough choice. I'll just wear both. Might regret that later. Let's see what temperature's like. If that's my major concern, negative 12. Well, I'm working on mobility now. Mobility is a big deal for me right now, so let's make that decision. Let's do that. That's a thing. I'm still over encumbered. Drinking water will help. I've got... What have I got that's so heavy? I think I was double checking the video and I thought I noticed what it was. The torches are heavy. I would like to not be over encumbered right when we're starting our day, but I don't know if I have much of a choice. Carrying a bunch of books. That's okay. Like, we're okay now, but it's still not in the green so much. Okay, whatever. Take this as a win. It's negative 12. Not getting any warmer, as far as I can tell. So, take my torch, and we'll go back. Back to Mystery Lake. Now, if I'm good at this game, there are paths that I can take back that are productive. Whoa. Whoa, are you kidding me? He's so fast. Oh, there's two of them too. Okay, so forget the productive path. Productive equals not eaten by wolves right now. Now I am... I got the safe. I don't like this idea of walking backwards onto weak ice again with a wolf. But I've got the condition, and I've got a hammer, and I've got the energy. They also don't have the padding super well, so as long as I keep facing them. Oop. Do I have scent on me? I'm surprised how quickly he came darting after me. Wow, he's actually gaining on me too. I may have to knock this wolf away with a hammer. The other thing I can do is climb up a tree. I'm pretty sure they don't. Wow. I don't like that. Oh, the torch worked. Okay, that's huge. Son of a bitch. I realized, yeah, it was one of the other things I realized, that when I was coming across here, I could have sparked one of those flares that I got.
Can't feel my hands.
Which I will keep in mind. Okay. So yeah, there is that little, ranger, I forget what it's called. It's not exactly a redoubt. It's just like a little, outpost over there.
Warming up again.
That might be useful for checking. It's just over there on the edge. But I'm not super confident in getting back to the strong ice from there, so I'm not going to do that.
Pit.
Nope. There's a train. I can't remember if I'm screwing this up again. It seems to be... Oh god. Yep. Decisions. Oh boy. So that's what you normally want to do. I was wandering around yesterday, kind of backing away from wolves, and one thing that happens is if you sprint when you're by a wolf, they will chase after you faster. So I was trying to decide if sprinting away from the wolf was worth it, and I ended up falling in the ice. Because if you're sprinting on the ice, it's not so bad. You can actually usually make it from place to place, but relatively consistently. Like, it's, you don't want to be making a habit of it. But anywho, I love this game. Look at this. It's so beautiful when it's not killing you. There's another radio tower up there, but I think right now I can't really think of what would be worth running all the way up there. Now that I have the tools, I really need to start working towards finding some deer carcasses and making that gear. Oh boy. The fact that I'm not super tired is actually really great, because I wasn't encumbered that whole time, and so I wasn't getting more tired. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I can find cattails on the way back. There's more food. Although I will get a lot closer to hypothermia. I'm not going to get frostbite because I have a hat now. I'm a little bit torn about that decision to switch the boots out. The work boots or the trail boots. But, whatever. One of the first things I'm going to be making in terms of clothing is some deer skin boots. I'm pretty sure that's a good choice. The other option is the pants. But we'll compare things. It's all about that mobility. At first you kind of want to be as warm as possible, because the warmth is what really screws you up in the beginning. But then mobility allows you to, when I'm hunting, allows me to get to different regions. Shit, I'm moving away from the tracks here. I'm pretty sure the cattails are all by the tracks too. So there was another wolf over here that we saw on the first time I tried to get to the Forlorn Muskeg. But yeah, let's Let's hope that's not there. Could be though. But we got visibility, which is nice. It does feel super cold out. But, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Turned something that was quite severe and a near-death experience into something productive. And I may have gotten a bit greedy. I don't think it's super likely that I'm going to use the forlorn muskeg again, because there's not a lot of coal on the way there that respawns, I don't think. The only coal that I know that respawns is in the caves, or the mine shafts and things. But yeah, so I'd have to lug a whole bunch of coal all the way there to make use of that forge again. So it's probably likely that it's better use of my time to run all the way to the other forge, which is in the old icebreaker. It's called the Riken at Desolation Point. Big ship with a forge in it. And there's also a lighthouse there and an old, or like a obviously abandoned whaling yard factory thing. So there's a lot of really good gear there. So it's worthwhile to go there anyways. I tend to not really want to stick around in one place for too long, and Mystery Lake is sort of the end game location, in theory. So I may end up going to Desolation Point and then coming back to Mystery Lake. But just to put that in context, Desolation Point is, I think, at least 4 regions away. 4 large regions away. One in particular is quite long. It's the coastal highway. Ooh, Mystery Lake is a little bit more mild than the Forlorn Muskeg. That's nice. So I'm just going straight back. I mean, I could make a fire and wait around because it's not super windy. Ooh, although in the wind it is quite nasty. But because I have a bit of energy and the visibility, I think I'm just going to run there. Also, I don't have a lot of firewood on me, so wouldn't make sense to make a fire. And my hypothermia is 41%. If I do end up contracting hypothermia, though, that's not fun for obvious reasons. But that's nice. The what ends up happening is you get exhausted really fast. Like, you lose energy like crazy, and I think you have to sleep it off. The only way to cure it is to sleep for a long time, stay warm. I think it's stay above 0 degrees for an extended period of time. And so you kind of get stuck. You get stuck in one place. So hopefully you've got a lot you can do in that place. But I shouldn't be too worried about that because we're not quite there yet. I think I'm at like 50% still.
Something's gotta go.
47. So, I have that gut. That's, what's it called? The gut that's cured now. At least half of it is. The two gut will be cured. So what I can do is I can turn that into fishing line and try and start fishing, because we are at Mystery Lake, and so we can make use of the lake part of that. Ooh, interesting. Having a deer there is actually quite handy. If I saw a wolf, I remember mentioning this in the first episode, but if I saw a wolf, I might be able to use the fact that there's a deer there, or I can just expect that that deer will fall to a wolf soon. So that's a possibility. And then anyways, I can use my knife to get that hide. Okay, so I'm gonna head in here, and I might actually pause here for a second just to double check and make sure the audio is actually working, because I didn't check that yet. But hopefully it is, because that was a pretty productive session. But yep, I'm just gonna take a quick break and I'll be back in a second.